Hello, David. Could you please introduce yourself and tell us what motivated you to seek dental restoration?
Evening, Craig. My name is David Lee from Muncie, Indiana, and I'd gone a long time without getting really good dental care. And so I had a lot to do, and I knew it was the cost would be pretty hard to cover in America, and I started researching dental tourism. And then I kind of refined the search by adding in, special needs or critical care or any kind of odd things, and creative dentistry kept coming up, and so I kept looking into and reading reviews, and that they had all the services I needed all in one place was really huge. And other places kept popping up too. Mexico and Thailand, there were places. But after a trip to Mexico last year, um, didn't want to go back there. But yeah, so creative kept popping up, and then I contacted you and Broen, and you had answers to the questions that were making me wonder about traveling abroad for any kind of medical services.
How did they assist you in making your journey as stress-free as possible?
Helping with arrangements for travel and lodging, the information that I needed to get from my dentist, the dental passport, and explaining what those were, and kind of helping me work through an idea of what I needed for the travel component, the passport, and how long it would take.
What occurred when you arrived in Budapest, and how did that align with any preconceived fears you had?
That was one of the best parts. You and Brown kept reassuring me about the travel component, and never being to Europe before, never really traveling that far alone before. Yeah, I was a little concerned, but upon arrival, it was really easy to find a creative kiosk, and they took care of all the travel from there to the hotel, and it was smoother. I was out of there before most of the people on my flight route, just stepping out to leave. It was excellent.
How was your first clinic visit? What was the experience like? Were there any surprises?
All the surprises were pleasant, and I loved meeting the staff. Everyone was really nice, really informative.
Did they speak English?
Yeah, they all spoke really well, really good English, and the clinic itself was just gorgeous, from top to bottom. And yeah, it was after the initial consultation, I was looking forward to the visits that we had planned during it.
How did the clinic staff explain the procedures to you, and did you feel comfortable with the information provided?
You sat down with Alex, who's just an angel, and it was any question that I had. It was planned out on the schedule for the different procedures and rest in between, and no, it was pretty easy to, in my case anyway, the plan was pretty simple for this visit, at least anyway.
Now, how was your treatment?
It was excellent. I'd never had root canals like that before. Usually root canals are this almost like this endurance of torture, an hour, 90 minutes with hand drills down into each root, and just none of that. No pain, no discomfort. More, the dental assistant looking after me had an assistant, so you had lots of people there in a setting that had technology that I'd never experienced in America, that had increased the experience to where he was done in 30 minutes and he said he's done, and I'm like, done with what? He's like, done, we're done, you'll come back and see me tomorrow. It was like, I wanted to hug him. It was so painless and quick.
What advice or insights can you offer anyone considering travelling overseas for dental care?
Be really careful which country you choose. Like I said, the travel I had gone to Mexico, went through 3 checkpoints with different uniformed officers in 10 miles, and that just was unnerving. And I was very happy I was in a resort bus and not in a car. And anything like that was completely opposite of what I experienced in Hungary, where there was no crime. Women could walk the streets late at night. Anyone could. There's no sirens. There was no worrying about crime or anything that we are normal in large cities in America. And that, combined with it being a historic setting, one of the great capitals of Europe, on a historic river, everything combined, with the food, which was real food and affordable. It was great to have time on the backside to be a tourist and to be able to afford it and not feel like you're making decisions with dollars that you shouldn't, because you save so much doing the dental work. The travel part is kind of like a bonus.
Thank you for that, my friend.
You're welcome. Thank you.